What's up, yo? Welcome back to the channel, Better Call Saul. Season 4, Episode 6. This one's called Piñata. I don't know.
Is Jimmy gonna become a piñata?
I mean,
Human
he was kind of one in the last episode.
Is Nacho gonna come a piñata? Is Nacho
like,
going to become a human piñata?
Is that like a metaphor for using a human body to transport stuff?
Oh, I didn't go there, but since you've gone there, that's so... See?
Like in Bad Boys.
I mean...
Using bodies to transport drugs.
That's nasty.
That's the first thing that came to mind when you started saying what you were just saying. I was just thinking Jimmy got beat up last episode.
I didn't even think about inserting. I just thought of
it's like Candy.
I thought about beating somebody with a stick.
Yeah, I thought about stuffing them with drugs. So we'll see. That could be a really good analysis right there. Well, someone's gonna be right.
Are they?
But speaking
of... it's just a child's piñata. We're going to a birthday party.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, Mike's got a granddaughter, so...
There you go.
Who knows?
Could be that.
But speaking of Jimmy, he got his ass kicked because he went out on the street in his friggin' tracksuit.
Slinging some cell phones.
Looking fly. Selling the phones to a bunch of people, and just... I said it last episode, this dude could literally sell anything to anybody, it feels like. What's the saying? What was it from Tommy Boy? You could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Jimmy McGill. Like, he could sell anything to anyone. And those kids, keeping his eye on him, followed him, beat him up, stole all his money.
Great.
And he would later run into Howard in this episode, and they'd have a little conversation, and... yeah, I don't think Howard gave Jimmy much confidence in going to see a therapist.
No, it's like if you're seeing the best,
yeah,
and you're still fucked.
He looked rough. He looked real rough. I felt horrible for Howard.
I did.
But then Jimmy just tore up the number and proceeded on with his day. Great.
Like no big deal.
Oh, man. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. And Kim... Tough situation for Kim.
She's going through some things.
She's going through a lot of things, and she's obviously doing all of this stuff with the kids and the courts and being a lawyer for these kids who don't have lawyers and helping them and getting them through things. She's fulfilling a certain thing that she's obviously lacking and missing by working with a bank. And she just flat out hung out on Paige, and that turned into a... yeah, we need you. You can't hang up on us. That's not cool. And
very unprofessional, folks. Don't do that.
And Kim apologized, but it was like, her head's clearly not in the game.
Yeah, but also they're not always going to accept your apology. So if you hang up on your employer, you should probably start looking for another job.
Potentially, yeah. It's
like life lessons.
Yeah, very likely. I'm just really not sure where this leads Kim, because Mesa Verde may not be giving her what she needs in terms of fulfilling her job and career and making an impact. But at the same time, she's not in a, because she's a solo practitioner now, she doesn't have the time to do anything else but focus on Mesa Verde.
It's a big case.
It's a really big deal, and it's a really big situation, and I feel like that, if she loses that, or if that doesn't work out, I feel like things could end up being bad for them, the two of them.
Right.
So I don't know. Paige even said it, I need your head in the game. She said that that they would be her only client, and that's not the case right now. She's doing other things. So very interesting situation. She's dealing with a lot between Jimmy. She's probably still recovering from her accident. The whole situation now between Mesa Verde and doing these other cases that she's jumping into. Whole lot with Kim. She's a G. She can handle it. I'm just interested to see where it goes.
Same.
And then Mike was doing some interviewing some folks that are going to dig the hole that the lab's going to go in. And the first guy seemed legit. Had his little thing. He felt real confident, but then he started blabbering his mouth about the previous job that was supposed to be secret super secret.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either right away.
So, see, you guys are awesome because different perspective.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty
good call.
Once I heard that, I'm like, oh, obviously.
Yeah.
That's immediately when the phone call came in. Yeah.
Yeah. This is not about any other job. This is about this job. Don't tell me about anything else.
Yeah, and he's going to do this job for Gus. Gus is going to pay him a shit ton of money, and then he's going to go to his next job and be like, he's going to use that as an example as to why he should get the next job. Be like, oh yeah, I dug this really big lab in this laundromat underground for this dude. Yeah. And he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, don't.
You can't do that. It doesn't work. So I think they found their guy. That the dude that they are going to end up hiring is hilarious. The dude did not enjoy the ride getting to the lab.
I wouldn't either.
Being blindfolded.
Riding backwards, first off, with a hood, you can't see shit. I would have been puking.
And I'm sure that truck is very bouncy, too. The van was bouncy.
Oh, my God. So. I couldn't. I mean, just watching it on the screen, I was struggling. Like, that's... Ugh.
I feel like if this job goes the way that it goes, which obviously we know it works out, I feel like this is going to be the thing that puts Mike back in the good graces of Gus after the whole, Nacho, trying to kill Hector situation. Yeah. So, yeah, you mentioned Nacho. We didn't really get any of him last episode.
Not a lot. He showed up at his dad's.
Yeah, it's just he's not looking good. He's in a really tough situation, too. He needs to heal. I don't know where his story is going at all. It just doesn't feel good. It feels like Gus is going to pull the plug on him at any moment, potentially when he gets what he needs out of him. Not good. It's a crazy situation. Do you have any other thoughts before we jump into this episode?
No.
It's showtime, folks. Mailroom Jimmy.
Hey. How'd you do? This is everything from 2. I'm headed up to 4. You got anything?
And I'll do 3.
Already done.
You're making the rest of us look bad.
If you wouldn't stop at every cubicle to chat.
It's called being friendly. It's great for morale.
It is great for wasting time.
That too?
Okay. You really did it.
What?
Isaacson versus Vicarian Holdings, Inc. We've been assembling binders for months.
I've been kind of slammed with the Oscar pool. Can you just big picture it for me?
I am. Chuck won a case that Howard thought was unwinnable using only the power of obscure case law. Congratulations, Mr. McGill.
Jimmy.
I'm sure that you considered it. I just wanted to ask. Vicarian Holdings, Inc. would have been liable under the continuing enterprise exception as well, right?
That's right. Yeah, we looked into that.
Sounds like it was Isaacson v. Chuck handing him his butt on a platter, huh?
Isaacson is our client.
Really? Okay. The other guy's butts, then.
Yeah, served on platters. That's right. Thanks, Jimmy.
Hail the conquering hero.
Jimmy should have just left his mouth closed and let Kim talk. Is this when he decided I'm going to go to law school?
That was the moment of motivation, it felt like.
Yeah, when you feel like an idiot trying to have a conversation with folks. Yeah, I mean, you want to,
With respect to the zoning committee, we maintain that the Mesa Verde statue should be exempt from sign code restrictions on size and location because it is a work of art.
She seems so bored.
She's so distracted, yeah. All of the drawings of their names together.
I didn't hear you come to bed.
I was up late justifying a giant horse statue to the Park City Zoning Commission.
How big we talking?
I'm definitely overcompensating for some of their shortcoming, big. Pretty much that now. Were you able to schedule an appointment with the therapist?
She's not dropping this.
I decided not to go.
Oh. Okay.
I realize it's just not for me. I need to be moving forward.
You have to do what's best for you.
How is she going to handle this?
How's James holding up?
We're taking it one day at a time.
Grief moves at its own pace, and it's different for everybody. Give him my best.
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
How's your banking division?
Well, we have some banking work, but I wouldn't say we have a division.
She's going to pass off Mesa Verde.
Would you like one?
Or does she want to head up their banking division?
I'm surprised right now.
It's a good long way from the rest of your operation.
You know, Werner said that this was going to take 6 months, which means 8 at least, probably 10, in total isolation. These guys are going to be doing 10 hours heavy labor every day and coming home to this. We can't just keep them alive. We got to keep them from climbing the walls.
Mike sees everything.
Make a list.
I just love him so much.
Dude, Mike literally, in every situation, has every angle covered.
Totally.
What is it? Infection. Bad one.
Oh no.
I must leave. Tell Tyrus what you need. It will be done.
You got a pen?
I'll remember.
Yeah?
I would write that shit down.
I'd love to see what something, say, like 24-footer would run me.
Sorry, we just don't make them that big.
Never mind. Thank you very much. Jimmy McGill.
Yes, I'm looking for Jimmy McGill.
Yeah, you found him.
What? I think you did my aunt's will.
Who was your aunt?
Geraldine Strauss.
Oh, Mrs. Strauss passed away. Did Clarence get the Alpine Shepherd boy?
I'm sorry.
The Hummel.
Yeah, he got it.
Is there a memorial?
Sorry, it was last week.
Not practicing any longer. I can refer you, though. Hamlin McGill has an excellent estate law department.
Hamlin McGill. Isn't that you?
It's just a coincidence.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. McGill.
You bet.
All he's thinking about is a lost score,
Yep.
not about the person.
I'm pretty sure.
My husband and I scrimped and saved for so many years. After Ronald
Or is he
passed, I
actually
moved to an
sad?
assisted living facility. Where did it all go?
It's hard for me to ever think that Jimmy's heart is in the right place.
Yeah.
After all the stuff that's happened recently.
Right.
But like that does feel like he's actually kind of mourning the loss of someone.
Yeah.
I have news. Good news. It's great news, really. It could change things for Wexler-McGill, but I met with Rich Schweikart today, and he offered me a job.
Again? What? You can't take no for an answer?
They want me to run their banking division. Build it, really.
You're not seriously considering it.
I'd be coming in as a partner.
Dope.
I thought things were going okay with
I've been taking on some pro bono work, overflow from the public defender's office.
PD overflow. When did you... Why?
I like it. I'm good at it, and I'm helping people. Jimmy.
Makes a lot of sense.
Be happy for
I
her.
have been thinking about criminal law myself lately.
In the wrong kind.
When I get my license back. You know, like you said, you're helping people. It has a nice ring to it now. Wexler-McGill, criminal law.
That all sounds great.
He's not listening.
He's really not.
If I go to Schweikart and Coakley, I have all those associates to help cover Mesa Verde. It'll keep paying the bills and free me up to do the work I really care about.
So you kind of get to have your cake and eat it too.
Kind of, yeah.
I'll be right back.
No, Jimmy.
What? I gotta hit the head.
All he sees is that their partnership is
Gone. Giving kind of sad around.
I say do it. Kim, you gotta do what's best for you. I can't ask you to wait around for me. And who knows? 10 months, a lot can happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, this is crushing to him.
Yeah.
He was literally looking for get a giant sign made
Yeah.
for Wexler-McGill.
Yep. And now it's like, bye.
Hey, Jimmy. This was going in the mail today. You would have gotten it by Friday.
I got a pressing need, only $5,000 will cure.
Oh, there you go then.
See a lot of empty cubicles out there. What's going on?
We're doing some reorganizing. We've had some setbacks. The firm's reputation is not what it was.
What's the plan to get HHM back on its feet? Get your shit together, Howard.
Excuse me?
Whoa.
Oh, please. You suffer one little setback and you're gonna let your entire legacy go? Your pain is very special. Woe is you. Just stop wallowing. You want to save your business? You want to save your dignity? You're gonna have to fight. You're a shitty lawyer, Howard. But you're a great salesman. Get out there and sell.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
Whoa.
Wow.
Use that.
What the fuck?
Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you. You as well.
Are those cell phones?
Did he just buy $5,000 worth of cell phones?
4,000.
4,000.
Plus a tip.
Oh my god. That's a lot of cell phones.
The business owner, she's just like, what the fuck?
You got a spot yet? Piñatas. Are you kidding? No, that could work, yeah. Well, that's it then. She's fine. Yeah, I change half the water in the tank every week.
Who's the vet? What's up, Hector?
The doctor tells me your fever has gotten worse. They say this infection may kill you. Even if it doesn't, my doctor tells me again and again that you may never wake. And yet, I wait. I grew up quite poor. We were always hungry. But there was a lucuma tree, scrawny, barely alive, never bore fruit. When I was 7, I became fixated on it. I watered it, tended to it. It took a long time, but the buds grew into green fruit. I plucked one. I ate the whole thing. At first, we ate the fruit ourselves, and then I began taking it to the village to sell. One day, much of the fruit was gone from my tree. Pieces were scattered on the ground, half eaten. It was probably a coati. I built a snare using branches and wire. It didn't take long for the animal to set it off. The coati thrashed so hard, it broke out of the snare. I tried to grab it, but it slipped away. I knew it would show itself sooner or later. So I waited for hours into the night.
Shows his patience.
When my brothers called for me, I did not answer. I didn't make a sound. I was so still.
Shit.
Finally, it came out. I was ready. I caught it. It fought me, but I was stronger.
The music, though.
A
Ah!
merciful thing would have been to kill it.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Hector, are you listening to all of this?
I kept it. It lived for quite some time.
Fucking Gustavo
I
Fring.
believe you will wake, Hector.
This is a fucked up story. Did his finger move? No, yes.
That's what I was looking for.
I'm like, damn
I was
it.
waiting for it to budge. Dude, do not fuck with Gus Fring.
Even at 7 years old.
All right, gentlemen, we have a few things to go over here.
That
That
means
means you too.
Kai,
Over here, Kai.
es reicht. Sie zahlen euch gutes Geld, dafür hört ihr gefälligst zu.
oh shit. He's gonna be a problem.
So when do the girls get here? Anything within reason. You've got some time to relax and settle in. Work starts tomorrow night. You keep an eye on this one.
I come in peace. I'm just here to make a deal. I'm thinking long term. I need to be able to sell my phones without worrying about getting ripped off. If you let me sell my phones without hassle, I cut you in. $100 every night that I'm out.
Why wouldn't we just take all of it?
Sure, you can rip me off again, take all that I've got, but then I stop selling and you lose a valuable revenue stream.
Give me all you got now.
Expand your thinking a little bit. All right, we got a man of action.
Motherfucker. Dude, Jimmy!
He has a plan.
I hope he has a plan.
This is probably why he called the vet.
Good call.
You should have taken the deal.
Yeah. Are these kids the piñata?
Oh my god, that's because it was a piñata factory.
Oh shit, dude. Is it Huel with the bat?
Is it?
Didn't know I had friends, did you? So what's it gonna be, fast or slow? It's gonna hurt like a bitch either way.
We're sorry, man. All right, we're sorry. We won't mess with you anymore.
Easy to say now, but what about tomorrow?
I'll swear, man. I'll swear on anything you want me to.
Cross your heart and hope to die?
Yes, man. After this, you'll never have to see us again.
And you will spread the word that I'm off limits?
Yes, we'll tell everyone. We'll say, don't mess with the cell phone guy.
We're done! Seriously, guys, we're done. That's enough. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but he got the message.
That's right. Listen to what he says. Listen to what he says. I got the message.
If it's that important to you, go ahead.
No, please. No, please, no.
What up,
Hey, guys.
You get one warning, and that was it.
The criminal salesman. Let's go. It goes back to what he told Kim in the last episode. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, those guys would have not messed with me because they would have known I was one of the guys. He had to prove a point, teach a lesson.
Yep. That was pretty good.
You actually fell for it. You thought Jimmy was in trouble.
I did. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, stupid?
I'm like,
God, I should know better.
I'm like, this dude's got a plan of something.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry for second guessing you, Jimmy.
When it comes to stuff like that, he's got it all set.
He's good.
When it comes to other things that we want him to do, it's just not there. It just isn't there. But this show is so fucking good. Seriously. Like, there's just so much playing out that we obviously know plays out and how, like, it ends up thriving and being great. But there's still so much that we don't know. Clearly, the relationship between Kim and Jimmy is starting to kind of really fall apart, it feels like. No one's willing to, admit...
there's some cracks there.
But neither one of them are really... They don't really want to, admit that it's possibly true, it feels like. Especially with them showing us their relationship early in that flashback. You took us back to basically the beginning, probably, of their relationship, essentially. Right. And,
she's always a go-getter. He's always a half-asser.
Basically. But, he's a half-asser with stuff, but, when he wants to put his mind to something, he works really hard at it.
Yeah.
This cell phone thing, he's really working hard at it. And he's going to be great at it. And he wanted to scare the shit out of those guys. He had a plan, and he followed through with it. He worked really hard at it. He did a great job scaring the shit out of those kids.
When you know the right people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? It's all about who you know.
Yeah. And just the way the relationship between Jimmy and Kim obviously doesn't end well because of... I mean, we don't get a ton... Jimmy's not or Saul isn't the focus of Breaking Bad. Mm-mm. But we would have seen her if they still had a really tight relationship. If they were still living together,
if she was there in some capacity,
right,
we would have seen her.
So I'm really interested to see where and how exactly. Is it just a slow burn? Is it just something where she just finally is look, you're not doing what I need. She's with the bank firm, and they hired her to be partner and to like start up their banking division, and like it was so obvious, and she saw it. She read through it. She knew that he wasn't going to be okay with this because of the potential end of Wexler and McGill. Like,
she saw the drawings. It's
yeah, like she knows, and I think that's just gonna. I think it's gonna be like a bunch of like really small cracks that end up leading to their split.
Well,
but
she didn't go to talk to him until after she had saw the pad of paper.
Right.
And then it's like,
right.
He's still wanting this.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't gonna get me anywhere.
Right. She's
gotta
bored.
Go do what's good.
She's bored as hell with the banking stuff. It's not challenging her and rewarding her the way that she wants to be rewarded. And like she said it, she's really good at doing the criminal stuff. She's really helping these kids. It's really giving her a lot more meaning than just doing the bank stuff. And it makes sense. And all I wanted for Jimmy to be like, hell yeah, that's great. Fuck yeah, go do it. Instead, he was just like, oh, but what about us? And I'm trying to get this big sign made, and I told my parole officer guy that like I'm going to be bigger and better, and our partnership's going to be bigger and better. And
yeah, well,
it's tough. It's definitely going to be one of those like cringy, it's going to have to happen at some point conversation and situation.
Yeah, which, I mean, I hate those situations. Confrontation.
Yeah. And that just feels like it's going to be real rough. And just being able to see the construction of this lab that we know and see and just is absolutely immaculate and amazing, just seeing it get built from like ground zero is just like, that's so dope. And Mike, he's a freaking genius. Like Gus wasn't even going to give those dudes any of that stuff. He was going to be like, you're going to live here, you're going to sleep, you're going to go to work. And Mike's like, they need more. Like, we're going to give them a bar and some lazy boys and a basketball court and a soccer field.
But cameras on cameras on cameras.
Right.
Tons of security. And I'm fucking watching you, Kai.
Yeah, that guy's going to be a problem. But Mike didn't say no to the girls, so he's going to make them happy.
Within reason.
Yeah.
If they're willing and able, I feel like that's not a crazy request.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it. I feel like I'm a broken record talking about Mike. But the dude literally sees every angle to every situation. He's like, you're going to hire these dudes. It's probably going to be 6 months, but it'll probably stretch out to 10. Like, you can't just have them living in isolation with nothing. And, like, he set it all up. He's like, we're going to watch them. We're going to make sure no one's in, no one's out, all this stuff. And, like, obviously this is what kind of stuff leads him to be Gus's right-hand man.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking rock star and he's awesome.
Yes. Well, and also, you know, he's repairing his relationship.
I mean, that was a really tough situation.
That was very sweet. He went in, he said where he was wrong, and he apologized.
Yeah, and...
That's an apology, yo!
Yeah, and that whole situation just hit a really, really sensitive nerve with him. And it kind of pissed him off a lot. Yeah. And he just... Like, the group was enabling this guy, and... Like, they didn't see through it, and he called them all out for it, and just the dude needed to be put in his place, too.
He did! I agree. I think Mike did the right thing, but maybe that wasn't the right place, the right time.
That was his point. He's like, wrong place, wrong time. That's not how you handle that situation. But regardless, it's all really interesting to see it all play out. That story that Gus was telling to friggin' Hector, it's like, he's basically like, I don't give a fuck how long you sit in this bed. I'm
waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for you. It's like, dude, being on his bad side... Like, you do not want to be Gustavo Fring's enemy.
I waited. I didn't make a sound. Oh, terrifying.
Too bad. Hector ends up being the reason why you die.
Bitch.
Yeah, and Hector dies not your way. It's kind of ironic.
Church.
That's crazy. All right, that was a really good episode. Yes. Do you have emojis?
Yes. Okay, so the first one, again, Kai, we're watching you. We have a beer. Then, for Gus, since he nurtured his tree back to health and the coati stole his fruit. We're gonna go with a tree.
That's such a That's so Gustavo Fring. Like seriously.
100%. And then
man of patience.
Right. Lastly, we're gonna go with a bat.
There's no piñatas.
There's no piñata. How do you not have a piñata emoji?
I mean, there's like every emoji could be a piñata.
Who are you? We have like bricks and shit, and you can't fucking come up with a piñata. Yeah. Where you at, piñatas?
That was just that. I felt like that was the true birth of the criminal salesman.
Totes.
Saul Goodman. I think he's gonna go back to Saul Goodman.
I mean, I hope that, we eventually get the shift. I
mean, I feel like the conversation that he had with, like, the guy that he referred to HHM, he's like, wait, McGill, isn't that you? He's like, no, it's just a weird... I think that's one of those things that he's going to have in the back of his head, be like, I got to get rid of McGill. Yeah. Like, in everything that I do, so...
Well, and Howard, get your shit together.
That was crazy. That was pretty... that might actually light a spark under him. Or... he'll go in the other direction and just completely give up.
Yeah, we'll see.
What are the emojis?
We have beers, a tree, and a bat.
All right, y'all. There are the emojis for this episode. Leave them down in the comments below and share your thoughts. We love hearing from you. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and we will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.